Press OK.
مشاهدين برنامج ذكريات في ايامنا، رمضان يحييكم من مدينه ملبورن استراليا. مرحبا بكم في برنامج ذكريات في ايامنا. اليوم الهواء مباشره انا اكون معكم في ملبورن، ومتاكد الساعه 1 و 18 دقيقه، ومفروض نكون قبل 18 دقيقه، لكن هو نظام التكنولوجي شويه ما قدر يوصلنا نقدر نعمل في نفس الزمن. فنقول لكم مرحبا بكم في برنامج ذكريات في ايامنا. برنامج ذكريات في ايامنا تقدم لكم برامج رياضيه ثقافيه اجتماعيه. اليوم هنكون معاكم مع شخص مهم جدا جدا، شخص هو دينامو، شخص حركه في بلدنا، هو دائما بيقدم لنا الجميل وكثير. شخص هو دائما في كل مكان، المكان المناسب بيقدم لنا خدمات. وهو رئيس سابق لمجتمع أو شباب استوائية الكبرى في ملبورن، هو رئيس الاستوائية الكبرى في ملبورن، هو كان سابق ورئيس لمجتمع الأتوكو كوميونيتي سابق برضه، والآن رئيس ثورة السودان كوميونيتي أو جنوبين أو ساوث سودانيز كوميونيتي في ملبورن استراليا. والاخ هيعرفنا باسمه ونقول له مرحبا في برنامج ذكريات في ايامنا. مرحبا بك برادر اندرو.
Thank you, Robert.
اندرو، انت ممكن تتحدث باي لغه اللي انت عايز تتحدث، وانا بدي دايرك تعرف نفسك للكوميونتي بتاعنا، الناس اللي ما عارفين عشان يعرفوك، والناس الموجودين هسه خليه يشارك الفيديو عشان كلنا نكون معاهم في كوم واحد في برنامج ده. مرحبا.
Thank you, Robert, for invitation to join you in this platform, special social media Zikrayat Ayamina. Well, this is a beautiful program, and it's invite people full information and social, economic, sporting, politics in general. So I'm very glad to join you today. My name is Andrew Ohide, and I arrived Australia in 2002, August. And from there until the day today, I'm now here around 26 years in Australia, and I live in Melbourne.
And Andrew, can you please tell me about yourself a little?
Well, myself, of course, I was born in Sudan formally, and I was brought back from South Sudan to Khartoum and grew up in Halab, Jibait, Wad Medani, and to Khartoum, where I developed my interest in community activities and the sporting activities was there through activities in churches and community events. That's where I developed interest to join a fellow who are also activists working to make sure that community is one. Things that needed to be improved, we're always there. And through there, I learned a lot. And basically, I was active in the church, a Catholic church in Khartoum called Banat, and then specifically to a center called St. Pierina and St. Joseph in Murabatamani in Fitihab. And from there, we developed that activities, and I became more interested in issues of the church, competition, songs, and the sporting. I played football there. It was the only sport that I liked. And I can remember some of the coaches like Abu Talib, who is here with us, and another guy who was called Omar. who was also a coach in somewhere in Murabba Sabatashar. And Coach Ramadan is he himself, who is here, is also one of our supporters, encouraging us into sport, important of a sport in our life. And then from there, due to political instability in our country, Sudan by then, we decided after Sudan school certificate, we decided to go to Egypt. And then from Egypt also, I joined the church there. And also we involved a lot of activities in the church and community in Egypt. As myself and Latuka, we also have the Latuka community there. So we joined them, and also with the Equatorian and South Sudanese there. And then in 2000, I arrived here in Melbourne, Australia, and immediately I joined in so many activities because I actually developed that um, interest, to serve fellow human beings with any capacity that I have. So I joined the Equatorian community who was here, and then we also formed the Lotuko community who was here, and also we formed the SPLM office, SPLM, by then no independent yet, and I joined them here as well under the African Student Union, where I become a secretary in the university, and also I joined what we call Alliance of the Horn of Africa. Also, we created so many activities and organizations that make sure that our community is busy, engaged in social activities. Also, prevent, minimize involvement in unwanted activities within our society. And that's pretty much that what I've been involved here in Victoria. In terms of community, I was the first South Sudanese Equatorian community youth leader in Melbourne here. For example, in Australia, we call it Victoria State. And then from here, I was elected the president of the Orugo community, first time. And also from there, I was also elected the president of the South Sudan Equatorian community here. We did a lot of activities. And right now, I am the president of the South Sudanese community in Victoria. This is all a brief about myself. Thank you.
Good, Andrew. شكرا جزيلا شكرا جزيلا. مشاهدين في كل مكان شارك الفيديو عشان احنا كلنا نقدر نشوف ونستمع على الهيستوري بتاع اندرو اوغيدا. اندرو اوغيدا, we go back to Fitihab. Can you tell us about football in Marabatamania and coach? You forgot Coach Miskin. I don't know, he's the one called Omar or?
There's Miskin and there's Omar.
It's Omar. Okay.
Yep.
Can you tell me about your team? Football.
We are played in a few teams in Fitihab there. With Abu Talib, the team was called Afariga, and then from Afariga, another one would develop is called Zahra. And also the third team we call it Sahara Stars, where Omar was, I think, the founder of that team, and was a kind of sponsored by kind of businessmen who live in Murabatamania area there. And then he formed that, and I played with those three teams. Which is a good things, because as a young man, you just see whatever the best team you play and the best uniform verse, you just join it. So I played there, and I played with the Fariga. Well, I got Omar, Abu Talib. Both of them were my coaches that I can remember until now. It was a very good thing start in life as a young man. Football was everything, and until now, I still watch football, and it gives you a lot of energy, active brain, thinking, an active body. You can do things happily, and there's nothing will be more threatening to your life in terms of health, because you're more active and engaged with people. So football is a language. It's you can play anywhere. wherever you go. Even the language, people in China, you don't know the language, but obviously it's a language of universal. It's just like music. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's briefly about them. But you know, if it
Okay.
have a lot of South Sudanese there, a lot of a lot of South Sudanese origin, special our area of Equatorian. There, most of them were concentrated in the area of Fitihab.
Yep. Andrew, we'll go break. We'll come back.
All right.